It's time to get technically funny with the legendary Sinbad and director Jason Aron.
Make sure that mount, yeah.
Who's looking better than you right now?
On tripod.
Who's looking better than you? Who's looking better than you? What is going on, internet? It is technically funny. We are back. We took a 1-week hiatus because the internet decided to take a hiatus. What happened, man? What happened?
my internet. Not your, see. Right now, I'm still fixing on things. What happened is, man. And I'm glad we'll start with that, man. We'll start with that right now, man. You know, you get your internet from your cable company usually, man. I mean, we could do research. I think there's some other guys outside of your cable company, but it's so much easier if you put everything together, just bond everything together, and you pile it together, and you're supposed to save some money. Well,
supposed to.
You get your internet. Yeah, it's supposed to, but you get your internet from your cable company, and what happens is you get the slow internet. So I'm like this, man. We couldn't do it last week. Well, it cuts out. You got good speed. The guy comes out. The tech guy comes out. Great speed. He leaves. 30 minutes later, it's terrible. So you got to make another appointment. He goes, oh, you need this new box. Because I'm with Spectrum. I didn't realize they got 5 different router boxes, man. They got 5 different cable boxes. They said, you got the older box. I said, well, this is the new box. He said, but you had the old box. So now I got the new of the newer boxes. And so it's crazy. Because if you go to the Spectrum outlet near you, those are return boxes from other people that they re-shrink wrap. So, okay. I said, okay, man, forget this. I'm going business cable. That's supposed to be 980 megabits a second. That's what it's supposed to be, right? I had the 400 megabit a second, for residents, which never topped 250 because it's always half of what they say it's going to do. So I get the 980, man. So I'm now at 980, right?
Did you test it plugged in or did you test it over Wi-Fi?
I test over Wi-Fi.
All right. Well, I'm getting.
Yeah.
It's never going to be as fast.
Never. But I'm saying this. But that's what you're paying for. That's what I'm saying is, if the whole reason you got is for Wi-Fi. The only reason you got is for Wi-Fi. How many people are staying plugged in? How many people staying plugged in? How many people staying plugged in every room in the house and plugged into your phone and I'm going to walk around plugged in? It's for Wi-Fi. But I'm cool. If I can get like 700, I'm good, brother. So now we got the new business internet at our house, which was not available 2 or 3 years ago. But then the guy had to come back. Now the business team, they're a crack team. I give the Spectrum business team, they're a crack team. The guy came out, he gave me his phone number, man. He was cool. His boss came out, they were cool. They left, we're good. Now, I recycled everything. And now my Google Kitchen phone for my wife, the Google Home, their little, looks like an iPad, but it ain't. For the kitchen, it went crazy. So I have to figure that one out. But now I'm reading up on it. They're saying, no, man, that you order these speeds, but they give you routers that can't handle those speeds. So sometimes you can buy outside routers that will actually handle the speeds of the internet that you bought, of the internet service that you bought. So man, it's just a never-ending search for speed, brother. I feel like a junkie. I feel like a crack addict, but I want internet speed. That's the difference. I want internet speed.
So where are you at now? What's the speed
you didn't tell me my shirt was all. You told me my shirt was all crazy, man. You told me my shirt. You let me sit here, Jay, with my shirt all crazy.
I mean, it's black on black. You can barely even see anything. You got the mic.
Man, is it look crazy, Royce? Am I done? It's not done right, is it? Is my shirt's all.
Doesn't look too bad.
Hold up. It's all wrinkled up, man. Hold up, man. Jay, let me sit here. Jay, let me sit through the first little speeches all wrinkled up, man.
That's what Royce does. Royce is a fashion consultant,
Man, now I'm good. Now I'm good. Hold up, man, before I do this. Good. Royce got a new haircut. Y'all haven't seen Royce. Come here, Royce. We're going to put him on camera because he's editing.
Yeah,
we're going to film festival tomorrow. So just let him get on the camera. He got his new haircut.
Let's get a plug.
He hates washing his car, and he hates getting a haircut. So there he is. Get him up on camera.
Damn. Oh, with the Ninja Turtle shirt. Royce, your shirt is looking so good with the background right now. You got the
he said your shirt look good.
The wall.
He said
it's perfect.
He said you got the.
Oh yeah.
He said you got the Ninja Turtle shirt.
It's perfect.
All day, man.
Look at that. Look at that with the.
Hey.
Put it out there.
Look at that with the wall.
Oh, you hear? Okay.
So where are you guys going tomorrow? Where are you going? What film festival are you going to?
The Monmouth Film Festival. Monmouth Film Festival in New Jersey.
Remember to Jersey, bro. Red Bank.
Now,
Yeah.
I knew about that because somebody
You're really close.
Yeah.
somebody actually came up to me about a month ago and told me, "Hey, I'm seeing Sinbad in August. He's gonna be in New Jersey." I was like, "Oh, okay, all right. So what's that all about? What are you guys doing?"
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. So we're going down there. My short film called Outcast got into that festival, so I'm really excited. Going to show it. Still got a couple more tweaks.
You got some tweaks
that we got to
on it.
work on before Friday.
Yeah.
When it's the showing. But no, it's going to be good. It's about pretty much a ex super soldier who's also an asthmatic, and he's trying to fight crime but also deal with having asthma at the same time. So. Yeah, it's a fun time.
Come out. It's Red Bank, New Jersey. Come out. They're airing it. I'm doing a panel, and right after the panel, Royce is gonna be on the panel with me. Right after the panel, they're gonna, Royce is gonna be the first short film they show right after my panel on Friday night.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it'll be the first short film.
Well, in that block.
But it'll be in the block. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, if you do the panel, does that kind of nudge the judges a little bit? To give them a little something.
Man, we ain't care about no judges, dude. We ain't care about.
I'm just
man,
saying.
let's take giveaway gear. Look, dude, we don't care about winning first, second, third. Dude, they give away some gear, we'll take the gear.
You got to come home.
I've never worried about winning a competition, not best in film. Don't you want, man? If somebody walks up and you come in last place and they want to give you some financing, dude, that's a victory.
You got to come home with the hardware, though. You got to bring home the hardware, something for the mantle.
No, man. No, hell no. We'll steal the hardware.
Yeah.
We're stealing cameras.
It's a lot of film.
Get hardware, bro.
Somebody's going to bring a camera and leave it on the floor in the back.
I'm telling you, brother, it'd be mine. Sound equipment's mine. Don't give me a lavalier mic. That's mine.
And in my experience with the whole panel and all that stuff, that just means everyone will probably just judge mine harder. So that's probably what will happen anyway.
And we don't care about that because you know what, man? We're also showing some clips from other things we're doing with the family. Something that my daughter wrote that Royce is directing, editing, all that stuff. So we're showing quite a few things up here, man. And he's doing some of his comic books, man.
The whole deal.
Yes.
He's going to Kevin Smith. He's going to go to Kevin
deal.
Smith place the next day. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Red Bank, New Jersey.
I also make comics.
Biopunks.
For people who don't know, go to biopunkscomic.com.
Right.
Check out my comic book, biopunkscomic.com. It's about physically disabled characters.
See, he likes
who get
the physically
powers
disabled.
and all that stuff. Go check it out. All right, I'm done.
He likes the power of the physically disabled. That's my son.
Dope haircut.
Dope haircut.
My hair has gotten so bad that tonight, of course I'm repping our.
You wearing a hat.
I'm wearing our sponsor, LiveU, right here. Here, hold up. There it is. LiveU, giving them some airtime, which they probably really appreciate. But what I don't appreciate is that my haircut guy has been so busy, and I've been so busy that I haven't been able to get to him for months at this point. It's been months.
That means you don't tip enough.
It's possible.
That means you don't
possible.
tip. That means you don't do.
We may have to.
When you tip well, they always have a seat for you. Remember that. Man, I'm just shining. Look, you ain't telling nobody.
Make a good
I'm up
point.
here shining.
We
I'm shining.
We talk about everything on this show. I'll tell you, my guy, he does he works at the mall, but then he does stuff at home. And when you go to his house, you get it nice and cheap. Plus, he only lives like a block and a half away from me. Like I could walk to his house. He lives so close, but he's so busy. I got to go to the mall.
Well, usually the home cut is the more expensive cut.
No, the mall, because he works at I'm not going to say where in case somebody's listening. I don't want to blow it up. But he works at like a nice spot at the mall, so the mall cut's expensive. Now he's not making the money.
Which mall is it? Which mall is it?
Roosevelt Field, out in Long Island.
Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about.
But it's a chain store in the mall. I'm just going to say it's a chain store. So it's everywhere.
As long as it's not Super Caesars. As long as it's not Super Caesars.
No.
Man.
It's not like it's not Great Cuts or nothing like that. It's a high-end spot at the mall. So they're making all the money. It's messed up for everybody because he makes less money on my cut. I pay more money for my cut.
Yeah.
And but I need the cut, man. I got to go tomorrow morning first thing because what's going on over here has gotten out of control. So we got to fix that right up. But everybody needs a guy. I know you know. Everybody needs a guy.
Hey, dude, I got my girl. She's a bad barber.
Really? You got a girl? See?
Elle, man. Elle is my girl. Elle knows more about sports than any man I know. So I love going to her place because she'll break down the NBA, the NFL, man, hockey, soccer. Elle's a beast, man. Eleanor Wells.
I feel like
give her some love.
I feel like if you're cutting guys' hair, you better know a little something about sports. That's a way to boost it.
No, she knows more than them. She knows more than them. And she was a baller.
Really?
Could play.
College ball?
Yes.
WNBA? How much? How far she go?
She didn't get a chance. She didn't get a chance to go to college. You got to see her high school stats. She was an insane basketball player, but she had to take care of her family. She didn't get a chance to go to college, play ball. Had to take care, I think, of her sister's kids, her brother's kids. So she ended up being home, man.
Hey, man, you gotta do what you gotta do. That's dope, though. See?
Wait a minute, Royce. That's a good documentary.
Yo, you're not kidding.
On Eleanor. Have you seen her clippings? Yeah, we should look at doing something on her.
She got that doc footage from back. She got the high school footage from her
Yes.
playing ball?
Yes. Play like a dude.
Oh,
Play like a dude, man.
Oh, now we're talking.
Palo Alto, playing out there in East Palo Alto. She had game.
Yo, you know, I'm gonna take it to the next level here. This is free advice, all right? Because they brought me in yesterday. I went to the sports academy to talk to the kids about everything they're doing. So I'm in the free advice mood for this week. So this is this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna start with her story because that is a great story. As I open up our comments here, you're gonna start with her story. And you're gonna find stories about all sorts of ballers who have the same story. Because I'll bet you there's 100 people who are in the same boat that right around 16, 17, it all went wrong.
Yes.
Went down the wrong street. I was talking to a coach, who is from the Bronx, tough neighborhood, and he said, you have no idea how many kids are just as good as the top 10 recruits that go to college every year, but they never get their shot because they get, messed up with gangs, stuff like you're talking about.
Oh, dude, but those stories have been endless. Remember World Meta Peace?
Oh, yeah.
It was asked about Kobe. He said, man, Kobe's one of the greatest players who held up. No, there's another guy in my neighborhood that was better. He was in a real conversation to go, man, Kobe bought the best guy. Wait a minute, no, there's a guy in the park that was better. So, but I'm more interested in the story, like they had a documentary about this girl out of Seattle. And she got pregnant. And so I like the ones who, they didn't get in drugs. They just had to go somewhere else, like raise somebody's family or take care of the mother or something like that. I'm interested in those stories where because of something
by
they
choice.
had to do.
It was their choice.
Or something, by choice. It was choice and the life changed.
That's big, man. That's a doc right there. You probably find 3, 4, 5 of those stories, string them together, and you have a feature-length doc.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
For the love of something or hoops.
Or do a series of short. I'd like this. Do a series of short ones. Like on Netflix, they have a series called Losers. Have you seen that one?
Yes.
Where people found the real thing by losing at something else.
Now I watched that. I was obviously especially interested in the boxing one because I work in boxing.
Yes. Dude, wasn't that the best? That's the best one to me.
I think I'm calling BS though. I think I'm calling BS a little bit. You don't think they wanted to win, like just a little something, like maybe, like just win that World Cup or win that fight?
No, I know him.
I mean, it's nice to learn something from losing. I mean, there's definitely
but I know him. It was a relationship between him and his dad. Mike Tyson was so happy to not box anymore. Mike Tyson is so happy to be on stage and performing. He's happier. I think he's happier.
Mike Tyson's 50 though. Mike Tyson's 55 years old or something.
No, when he was boxing, when he used to come by a different world when he was young.
But
he would come by a different world and just hang. And he's this is what I want to do. Remember, Michael got into boxing by accident. He was 50 years old. He's in a cell. He's fighting these dudes. They said, "Wait a minute, man. That's a kid. He can't be here with these grown men." They call custody model. Next thing you know, you got a heavyweight champ. But Mike said that's just a way that came for him. He said, but he wished there could have been something else. That's
interesting. I mean, but you take the boxing away. Nobody knows Mike Tyson though.
But it's okay.
That paved the road for him. That gave him the opportunity.
Or do you have a better life? Even if you're not known, say you have a better life. There's a lot of people not known. Oh, he might have been known for something else. Like the boxer in Losers got to be known. Now he's doing all this training and got Will Smith ready for the movie and doing other things. So boxing, what he's saying is, not that he should never box, but that was not the end all to be all. He found out by losing, he found another way to go. See, this generation, when they lose, their head goes down. Like, what am I going to do? Oh, hey, no shame. Everyone's a winner. Everybody gets a trophy.
They want a trophy, yeah.
Yes, so yes.
Don't forget about the trophy.
So, man, every once in a while, it's okay to get your butt beat, man. Get your ass beat and come on back with something else.
You're not wrong. I mean, I happen to agree with you. I think giving all the kids trophies, I mean, it's killing the youth. That's what I think. No, listen.
Too many trophies to buy.
You do learn. Look, you do learn a lot about you do learn a lot from losing. You got to take some L's at some point in life.
Yes.
Ultimately, it makes you stronger for sure. But I don't think, for me, I could pinpoint the losses that you learned a lot from. But I think if you look at each one of them, you'd say, well, I would have rather have won. Even though you take the lesson.
I can pinpoint losses. I can pinpoint losses that totally changed my life and catapulted me. I know major losses. That was the greatest thing ever happened to me.
Give us the biggest one.
Getting kicked out the military.
Ooh.
Getting kicked out the military was an Air Force talent show. After the Air Force talent show, I got in trouble. I didn't get a chance to travel. So I'm like, wow, I didn't get a chance to travel. But this is the biggest tops in blue. They said at the highest scores ever, and I got kicked out. When I got kicked out, then I just kicked me out. They drove me off the base, handcuffed me, put me in the back of a truck, drove me off the base. I was sitting across base, and I couldn't get my car because they wouldn't let me drive it off base. My wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, had to go on base and get my car. But as I was sitting across the street from the base, I said, man, I can't go any lower. Everything's up from here.
That's big. That's a big spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think?
So I've had many moments.
How do you think it changed, though, if that didn't happen? If they loved you, standing ovation, and life goes on.
Okay, I lost on Star Search. Got to the finals. Man, it's $100,000. I'm standing there. John Kassir, who won, you don't remember his name, but he did the voice from Tales from the Crypt. He did sock puppet. First, you can't be the sock puppet. Nobody can beat this. Nobody can be a sock puppet. You can't be the sock puppet. You can't be the ventriloquist. You can't.
It's true.
You can't beat him. So what happens is I'm watching the routine and no one's laughing hardly. And I said, I just won. I just won $100,000. Then when they announced the winner, I was reaching for the check. My hand was reached out for the check, and they said his name. I had to turn it into a handshake. I had to turn my hand over and turn it into a handshake, man. You know how stupid I look? But you know what? There were other guys throwing stuff in the hotel room. I said, you know what? It got everything I need to do. I lost, but I'm funny. And now let me take this and make a victory. And for comedians, most of the people that won $100,000 on Star Search did not go to the next level. Because when you lose, you got to keep pushing. You got to keep pushing, man.
That's a good lesson. That is a good lesson.
Yeah.
And, for most people who obtain success very early and easily, it becomes very hard to maintain. You get lost a little bit when then the next thing you do is a failure and you don't know how to deal with that failure because you had that early success.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thing.
It's been out of control. In a rehab program, go like, man, I used to be somebody. Oh, quit crying, fool.
Well,
quit crying. It's like the people that lose on American Idol and they go like this. If I lose, this is my last opportunity. Then you need to quit because this is a game of getting your ass kicked. So don't be sitting here talking about if I lose, I gotta go back to Iowa. Oh, then you should have never left.
In fact, aside for Kelly Clarkson, who is arguably one of, if not the most famous idols, she won, but. So many of the other idols were losers. The most famous and successful ones. Daughtry comes to mind.
And what's a loser? Yeah, what's a loser?
You go home early. But those shows are different.
Jennifer Hudson, come on, Jennifer Hudson.
Won an Oscar.
Simon didn't know what to say to her when she came back after being famous and for Oscar in an Oscar movie. He didn't know what to say. And you know what he said to her? I hope me criticizing helped you. She said, not at all. She said, not at all. He's trying to clean it up. She says, no, not at all.
And this year on American Idol, I started watching again because I thought it was interesting after not watching for a long time. But there was a kid Alejandro out of L.A., and he lost in the finals.
Yes, with the guitar.
Yeah, and by far the most talented kid on the show. He's the reason I started watching again. His audition was mind-blowing, and then you just kind of stuck with it.
Yes.
And the kid who beat him, this kid, Lane Hardy, you'll never hear from him again.
Yes.
You will never hear from him again.
Yes.
He will do nothing. Speaking of doing nothing.
He'll do a play.
We're about 20 minutes in.
How much we in?
And we haven't even gotten to the topic of the night yet. We haven't even got to the topic of the night.
This is the topic. This is the
streaming episode because this is a streaming show.
Yes.
And we got a couple bones to pick.
Yes. A lot of bones.
The first one, and we thank all of our loyal listeners who check in on Facebook, but Facebook Live, what are you doing? Tonight, I tried to find our episode so that I could copy the streaming code and paste it into the software.
Me too.
And I couldn't find it.
Dude.
Couldn't find it. Where was it?
Dude.
They changed.
So it wasn't just me. It wasn't just me.
They changed the whole publishing tools thing to make this thing called Creator Studio, which I guess seemed like a good idea to streamline, make one place for pages where you put all the posts images and live videos and whatever.
We're influencers. We're influencers.
But then every week they just keep changing the features, and it's like they don't tell you because they think they're just going to slip in a brand new feature and you're just going to figure it out like it never happened. Like, can I please get like some notification? Can somebody please hook me up? Like a little something. And I literally could not find the streaming code for this episode. Could not find it anywhere. And it was about to go live all by itself at 10:30. We changed to 11. So at 10:30, it was 10:28, and I'm still looking for it, and I can't find it. And like, it was like out of a movie, you know, like Tom Cruise is there, and he's got like his little tools and he's dangling from like a rope, and then he right before the thing breaks, that was me, and I found it right in the nick of time, and I was able to change it to 11, and it's just. Now you have to access it from the actual page itself, and it's like, Facebook, what are you doing? You're making it harder.
You know what they're doing, right? You know what they're doing?
Tell me, please.
They want a Facebook.
Because I don't know.
They want a Facebook. Here's Facebook's, I guess their mantra. This is Facebook's MO. When they first came out, you got this kid who's lonely. Let's go back to the history of Facebook. Lonely kid in college. He got no friends. He dogged the one friend he had when it went to court. He doesn't know how to play with people in the sandbox. He never has. When Facebook first came up, it was like the Wild Wild West. You had to figure everything out. You didn't know that the pages didn't belong to you. The first day I went on Facebook, I tried to delete the page because I didn't like what I did. And then I found out you can't delete it. It goes dormant. You can make another one. And I said, oh man, they're going to sell information. I said, I'm out. That's why I'm not a big Facebook. I don't go to Facebook. I post what I got to post, but I can't go there and converse with people all the time. Because now you got, if you look at a shoe, now you got all these shoe people coming at you on the side. They know what you're doing. I think they got Facebook people that follow you around in the streets to report on you. But what they never did was create a manual or a spot. Hey man, if you're new to Facebook, go here. If you're trying to stream, go here. Here's a little quick document to get you started. Because they thrive on the chaos. You not knowing how to turn off your privacy, you not knowing how to do anything. So they thrive on the chaos. And he's like this. Why? Because he's a real smart kid. But when you design stuff and you organize it and you code it, of course you don't need the rules. You're creating the rules as you go. So when he creates stuff, he just figures everybody's a nerd like him and wants to tinker around underneath the hood. Some people like to work on their engine. And some people just want to take a car to the shop. And some people are in between, like, I'll mess around for some stuff. I'll do an oil change. I might do my brake pads. But today, this overhaul, I just can't do it. Facebook is a pimp. They are a social media pimp. And I'm saying it to them. There's no 800 number you can call. There's nobody you can talk to. If somebody steals your identity, you spend weeks trying to get you. But that's all of them, Twitter, Instagram. If somebody steals your identity, it takes you forever to get your identity back. And no one apologizes, and no one tries to make it easy, man.
Well, I think there's a reason that Mr. Zuckerberg has ended up in front of Congress one or two times in his career. Now, you're a conspiracy theorist, clearly. I actually had the...
No, that's not a conspiracy. That's not a conspiracy.
Listen.
Dude, he made this easy. They made this easy. They threw this in front of our face. And when he was in Congress, he looked like this, like Howdy Doody.
Listen, I had the fortunate pleasure of listening to Randy Zuckerberg, who's Mark's sister. She was the keynote speaker at an event that I was at. And I went to this event, and she was talking about Facebook Live. Now, Randy Zuckerberg was actually the creator of Facebook Live. She created it by accident and tested it herself and just made it. Nobody really wanted to help her on the engineering team. And then, she had a small group, a very small group, because she had this idea and it kept getting shelved and she just wanted to get it done. And they kind of hacked their way into the system and did it.
He doesn't even like his sister. He doesn't even like his sister.
Now, this is, I'm sure this is in her book somewhere, but she said, all those Facebook games like Farmville and stuff like that? So those are made by third-party developers. So she went to a third-party developer to make Facebook Live.
Okay.
So the internal team at Facebook didn't even do it, right? And then, yeah, and then it blew up. I forgot who it was. I want to say it was Rihanna or somebody that's just as poppy and popular as Rihanna, but it might have not been Rihanna. I don't remember. Who? Maybe it was Taylor Swift. Some female vocalist wanted to announce their tour live on Facebook, and that was the first major Facebook Live. It was kind of like a beta test, and that's what blew up Facebook Live, right?
Okay.
So that's how Facebook Live came to be. Now, in its early days, in its infancy, I remember around January 2016 was when, remember some people had it and some people didn't have it? We were talking about this with the
yes.
We were talking about this with PTZ Optics a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I remember once you got it, it was so easy. It was just on your phone and it said go live because this was their new baby. So they were trying to blow it up. So it was on your phone. There was a button. You could hit it and just go live. Right. But then, of course,
kind of like Periscope.
Yes.
Oh, kind of like Periscope that made it easy. Oh, kind of like Meerkat that made it easy. So Facebook, by the time they get into it, why don't you just steal people's technology and take the best, please?
But what Facebook had is, I don't know, a billion users using their technology.
That's That's what they had.
They eventually ran Periscope, out of the market. But that's all it was. Facebook Live was Periscope. Now, why did it get big? Because they made an API so that people like me and you and the people that maybe want to do the oil change but not the overhaul can just get a little bit of software and they could interact with Facebook Live and do cool things and make graphics and layer video and put a green brick wall in the background and a cute little logo down there. Or no, there.
Which Twitter would have done. Which Twitter would have done, Periscope would have done, if they hadn't got beat by the bully.
Well, I mean, you can do it now with Twitter, but too little, too late.
Yeah, but that's not the word. It's not that too late. When the big company sits back, see, when you're a big company and they sit back and say, let's see what they do with it. Let's say that's like Apple. Apple, and I love Apple. Apple sits back and let's just buy it. We like what they're doing. Let's just buy it. People spend all their time with it, but let's just buy it. And why wouldn't you sell it? Because, you put your time in it, but you can't remember, research and development, R&D is what costs all the money. Facebook has R&D money. Plus, Facebook is so big that they even can mess it up and they can crash. And everybody else is such a junkie for drinking the Kool-Aid. Everybody it's like crack addicts who go, I need to get off this crack, but they hang around the crack house. I got to get off this crack. Well, man, why don't you leave the crack house? But I like this house. This is a good house.
That is Facebook. And let me tell you, about a year ago, I was working on a project with Facebook, and we were testing vertical video.
Okay.
So we tested vertical video, and it seemed like, okay, this must be Instagram Live. Like, not the Instagram Live that we all know and love, where you take your phone, you go on Instagram, and you push it, and of course, the hackers are out there. And you could already go live to Instagram. And I hope that none of my clients hear this podcast because that's the question we always get. Well, can we go live on Instagram? Well, the answer that I give is always no, because it's against their terms of use, and you have to do all these roundabout software ways, and the whole thing can crash. And it's I'm not going to sell that. I'm not going to take money to do that when you're not supposed to be doing it at all.
We used to go live, remember? I used to have Facebook Live up on one camera and Instagram Live up on the other camera.
Well, yeah, but then you have to use the phone's camera.
Yeah, that's what
I'm saying is,
so we would use that.
But I could take this podcast that we're doing right now and do a vertical output, with the graphics and the whole thing, and you could push it to Instagram, but it's a whole workaround. And if you're listening and you want to know how to do it, just go to YouTube and search, and you'll find a bunch of 15-minute videos.
What? They don't want you to do Instagram Live because why? Damn, that makes sense. See, they want to make this big announcement when they finally do it. Like, dude, you're 5 years behind.
But that's what I'm saying. What are they waiting for?
Let you go live.
We were testing this there a year ago. A year ago, we were testing this, and it's like
they're trying to push you to Facebook.
Well, that's exactly right. See, you nailed it, because
they want you to go to Facebook because Instagram wasn't theirs. They adopted it. That's their stepchild. They adopted Instagram. They bought Instagram, and then they did this. We're going to cripple you just a little bit so we can come bigger.
Well, it's also the user base. Is Facebook?
Yeah.
Is Facebook failing? Is Facebook the thing of the old people, of the old guard? Are kids using Facebook? How do we get kids back to Facebook?
How many kids use it? How many kids talk about, hey man, meet me on Facebook? How many kids say, no, Facebook Live could work because people will go to a live thing, but that's where Facebook has their thing. People don't want to work on Facebook. But I go to the Facebook Live. Even YouTube Live didn't catch off. YouTube Live is like, yeah, and if you're going to be, even with a YouTube with a show, it's got to be a special show that they want to check out. They like YouTube when it's really something cool. Instagram is right there. See, I hate Instagram. Dude, I was forced on Instagram. Because first you had to have pictures or videos. You couldn't just say something. So, man, I'd have to, create a photo as a wall so I could say what I had to say. And people say, man, you got to get on Instagram. I don't have to get on anything. And then you get all the trolls on Instagram like, man, you feel this way. I hate you, sucker. Like, dude, who are these people that swim in the shallow end?
Listen, though, Instagram, I'm kind of with you because when Instagram came out, I was like, why would I want a service where I have to post a picture of everything?
Yeah.
Like, why can't I just say what I want to say? Isn't that what Twitter was for? Like, why do people need to see? But now I'm that crackhead that you talked about 2 minutes in the Instagram crack house. That's where I hang out because I can't get away.
Yeah.
But listen, I hear what kids, anyone from like 9 to, I don't know, 17, 18, 19, Facebook's where their parents are at. So
yeah,
they don't.
But remember, that used to not be true. Remember, Facebook used to be their spot. They went from like the I can't remember no more. What's the one before Facebook? MySpace.
MySpace, yes.
So MySpace, which was made for bands, and then Facebook came along, and then young people were there. But this is the funny part: older people were always at Facebook. Older people didn't take over Facebook. Young kids just didn't know the parents were there. Older people were always on Facebook.
I agree with you.
And then some kids found out we were there.
But here's the distinction. What I'm saying is, you have a group of people coming up now that when Facebook and MySpace came out, they didn't have phones. They didn't have social media. They were too young.
Yes.
They were 5 years old at the time.
Yes.
So today, those people are
Yes.
14, 15 years old, and when they have to pick their social media medium of choice, they think of Facebook as the thing that their parents were on. So they don't want to be on that.
Well, know why they can't use Facebook? Then what? But no, they have to do this because they live like this all day. How can I make my duck face without my? I need this. I need my duck face.
They need their filter.
So this is always in your hand.
They need the cat ears.
Facebook is not for your hand. Facebook is not for your hand. Instagram's for your hand. So it's always like this. Hey, look at me. Look at the filter. So this was for the narcissistic world. This became the narcissistic way of doing stuff. My phone, look at me. All day. Look at me all day. Look at me eat all day. Look at me walk down the street all day.
I mean, I might be guilty of posting 100 or 200 food pictures on Instagram throughout the years. I'm guilty, but I usually put them in my story, so they go away after 24 hours. You don't mess around with Snapchat, right? You don't mess around with that.
Man, I thought anybody over 30 on Snapchat is a freak. So let me, dude. I was on the road with a comedian. He said, "Why don't you get on Snapchat?" Dude, I got on Snapchat, and for 48 hours, I said, "Yo, man, Snapchat sucked." I was saying stupid stuff, and people said, "I love your Snapchat." The more I tried to dog Snapchat, the more followers I got. So I had to shut it down to save the people who didn't realize I was making fun of them. I had to shut it down because they didn't get. They said, "Man, I just love what you're saying on Snapchat. You're just so bold out there with your truth." I said, "Dude, do you follow insane people?" I think you could give a phone to somebody in a mental institution and he could probably get more followers than anybody. They're like, he just makes so much sense. I would find the craziest person in a mental institution, put some cameras in his little padded cell and give him a phone, he'd become the man.
I got to tell you, I'm in the same boat, man. I tried Snapchat. I probably had it on my phone for like a month.
Yeah.
And I just said, all I'm doing is just copying the stuff that I already put on Instagram.
Yeah, it's just another place to copy. So now what happens, but remember, Instagram wasn't here yet. Instagram was here. Then Instagram stole all the stories. Instagram stole the life out of Snapchat.
I kind of like that though, because for once,
Yes.
they weren't even trying to hide it. It was just like, oh,
No.
we like your thing, so we're putting it in our thing, and they totally got away with it, and everybody started using Instagram stories. So that actually made me happy to see one tech company just, steal. I don't know how they don't get sued, and
We
I
got
don't know.
more money than you.
Yeah, I guess.
Because I don't know, man. That intellectual property. You know what? That's why that TV series on HBO, Silicon Valley. You see how even the dorky gangsters, even the ones most gangster ain't gangster. So even the most gangster of the dorks will get beat down by junior high kid.
That is true. That is true. And it's probably like the Vanilla Ice thing when he stole the Queen riff. He's like, oh, no, it had an extra note in it. It was like,
yeah.
There's extra in there. So that's probably, it's like, oh.
And he didn't even know what a note was.
Yeah, it's like, oh, well.
He's trying to explain notes to people that play music.
It's like, no, you don't understand. Our stories play for 11 seconds. On Snapchat, it's only 10 seconds.
Yes.
So it's totally
It's
just not
different.
the same thing. I don't even know how you can compare the two.
Dude, it's not even close. It's not even close.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. Theirs is on the left side of the screen, and ours is on the top of the screen. How could you even think that these
But
two
know about
things-
Instagram? No. What's good about Facebook, Instagram? They didn't even do that. They just said, huh? Huh? Man, you took our stuff. Huh? They beat you up. They beat Snapchat down and didn't even say ours is different. They said, what? Say what?
Yeah,
Say what?
they're that bully. They're that bully on the park. Like, talk to me.
Yes.
Talk to me.
Yeah.
Come here and say it to my face.
Yeah.
That's what Facebook
Took
did.
your ice cream cone and said, that's my ice cream cone. If it's your ice cream cone, why am I licking it? you know what I'm saying?
Now,
Took it out your hand.
the last time we talked about streaming, we brought up live stream versus vMix, and you got very upset because you don't like live stream very much. And in my ever longing pursuit of technological perfection, basically boredom, I decided that I would download vMix because I heard,
Cool.
we have a show. I'll give a plug. It's called Morning Combat. Premieres every Monday at 12 noon on the East Coast and 9 a.m. on the Best Coast. In fact, our guest for next week is the co-host of that show. So we'll talk about that. But anyway, it's a show that dissects a lot of combat sports. So whatever happened over the weekend, whether it's MMA, boxing, or bare knuckle, or Floyd Mayweather fights a kickboxer in Japan, whatever it is, and they cover that and talk about it and dissect it and break it down. So we shoot that live every Monday. Now, there's some pretty complex graphics that we do in that show. And live stream's got some good graphics, like this little guy right here that I'm flipping on and off. It's got our little logo there, and we got a brick wall and some split screen stuff. And you could do some.
Like my background, it looks like I'm outside. I'm sitting in my front yard, but this looks like I'm sitting.
Well,
in my
that's
house.
that's just because you have great lighting. I mean, you can't beat great lighting.
No. I'm outside. This is my green screen. This is my green screen.
Oh,
this
I got
looks
it.
like I'm inside.
Well, so it's great green screen lighting though. You're doing a bang up job with these sets. Maybe next week we'll put you on Mars or Jupiter.
Yeah,
or
we
something.
might do that, man. We're gonna do
like
that.
on the moon with like a little lunar vehicle in the background, something nice. So
yeah, man.
So I'm trying to do these crazy graphics, and we're flying on things from the right and then flying things up from the bottom, and I'm pressing a lot of buttons. And to me, I'm saying, well, how do I automate this? How do I make it better? How do I make it easier? So Corey, who's a new TD with us, said to me, hey, listen, vMix does this. You could automate all this in vMix and just hit next. And you won't have to go through any of the craziness and button pressing and changing things that you're doing in Livestream. Now, Livestream has 3 graphics bins, but each bin can only have one transition on it at the same time, and then you could eyeball on and off layers, but it just leads to confusion. The best way to run a show is the Playback Pro model. If you haven't seen Playback Pro, go check it out. It's a piece of software. It's only for Mac. Pro? You need to have a Mac, which I know you do. Basically, it looks like.
Write this down.
Yeah, Playback Pro. It looks like it was coded in a 12-year-old's garage. Okay, The interface is about as simple and weird as you could imagine. But if you ever need to play back video content and still images for a show, it is the best piece of software that exists on the market, period, hands down, bar none.
Wow.
It takes any format. If somebody gives you like 10 videos and you got to play them back, but like one is 4:3 and one is MOV and one is MP4 and one is AVI, you could pop them all in the software. It reads everything natively. You can scale and crop in the software. You don't have to render anything.
Man.
Yeah, this thing is
that's
nuts.
They specialize. You know what they did smart? We're going to do one thing. See, that's companies I like, and I hate when a big company buys them and trying to incorporate that in their stuff.
Good.
They do one thing, and they do it well.
Perfectly.
Because remember, there's lots like Stage 10 and all the places that we use, and Stream Live, and what's our guy's name? Royce had his own streaming stuff that we use. Royce is editing right now.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that we've used. Live stream, the two companies almost have the same name, but I said that playback, just be able to take something and play it back, like say New Tech. I like the New Tech stuff, man. I mean, it's expensive, but New Tech, you can put all that stuff in bins and play back and spin. Yep. New Tech is a beast. New Tech and vMix, I think, are the two players who play against each other.
The thing is, though,
which one you want to go with.
So the thing is for me, and here's my vMix early review. vMix also is, as a piece of software, is clunky. Like, things aren't exactly where you'd expect them to be. You know, see, New Tech is different. New Tech is a much bigger company, more established. They've been around forever.
Yep.
Their software, you know, their graphic, their GUI team makes the interfaces look really nice and pretty and puts things where you'd expect them. And, you know, whereas with vMix, it's like they had a 9-year-old doing the graphic interface and then some really good coders who thought about everything you might need it to do, you know? And so I'm still hopeful. It's early. I'm trying to do things with some timers and sound effect graphics because live stream falls short there. If you want to do an animated graphic in live stream that moves and has transparency, you can't do it. You can sort of do it. So if anybody's listening and wants to call me on this, you can do it if you render out a PNG sequence and then put it in a bin and play it back, but then you don't really have control of it. It's running from beginning to end. I mean, it's a nasty, nasty workaround. I want to be able to go into After Effects and make my graphic and have transparency and render it out and use it. And supposedly vMix can do that. So I am hopeful.
vMix can do that, and New Tech. The only thing about vMix, it's got to be on a PC. So I'm a Mac man, but I can also put the software on the Mac, so I can run the PC stuff on the Mac. So that's
exactly
it's
how
not a deep
that's
thing.
exactly how I have it.
You know,
I already put it on my Mac Pro running Windows. I told you last time, even live stream runs better on a PC. So I have one Mac that basically I put Windows on there and took all the hard drive space and gave it to Windows. And I haven't started it up in Mac OS since the day I got it. So. Got you.
Yeah.
So that's my vMix review. And then, of course, we're talking about streaming. You have OBS. Now, OBS is a beast.
Yeah.
Do you mess around with OBS?
You know what? I messed with OBS. I know what the problem with OBS was. I don't have time. See, when I was looking at all this stuff, I showed my little live streaming list. OBS, if I was saving money, yes. If I was trying to save money, I was trying to get in the game. If I was a young cat, didn't have much money, cool. But I think I'll pay a little more for the car. There's the free car. Let me get that car with a little more bell and whistles. I'm thank God I got a job. So if you got a job, I don't need. I got a job, so I don't have to mess around with OBS. But I'm glad they're there. I think I'm so thankful for OBS for people who don't have the money, who want to get into the live streaming game. You can't beat it.
It's.
You know
Listen.
But
you cannot beat free because free is really cheap. You can't beat free. And that's what, OBS is, for those that don't know, it is free streaming software. Again, very simple graphic interface. It's the piece of software where if you're that guy, we keep referencing the guy with the car, right? So you're not the guy that does, the major body work and the mechanical work. You're the guy that pretty much just knows how to put gas in the car, check the dipstick for oil, maybe top it off. If you're that guy, You can download OBS and probably use it the same day. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, I'm running.
Pretty self-explanatory. There aren't too many buttons. There aren't too many. There's one settings tab that kind of has everything in it. The big downfall is that they make some external controllers like Stream Deck that you can work with it, so you have like a little surface to control things. I think that's important. The graphics are, you know, you have to cheat the graphics by making a bunch of different scenes and.
If you're doing graphics, if the people doing graphics, I think there's two categories. People that aren't gonna be doing much graphics, and people that want to run like, if you want to be on like a news show and a TV show and run a lot of things, then you have to change your game. You got to upgrade more. If you're just trying to get into the streaming game, hey, talking head, here we are, you use that. But if you want to get like, if you want to start looking like, hey man, that show is happening. That show actually could become a show. If somebody want to take it, I want to convert that to a TV show. So I'm always interested in doing stuff. Hey man, could that be taken and converted? Could that be a talk show? Could that run on a TV station? Then then it's doing what I want to do.
Yeah, and OBS, it's a lot of video game stuff on their content because what gamers do is they'll take their gameplay, so they'll have a capture card with their gameplay, and then you could literally use the webcam on your computer as another source, and you could just drag them and make a window, and then you got like the game big and your face small, and you're talking about it. And then you don't need much else.
Dude, first, we can stop. I've never understood people who pay money to watch somebody game.
Dude,
I'm sorry, you have to shoot me right now. You
we
have
could
to
have
take
a whole
me and throw a brick at me. I want you to hit me with a car. When I walk up, when we're done here, I want you to pay somebody. When I walk out to my car, if you see me going somewhere to watch somebody play video game, I want you to run me over with a car. And then I want you to pump my body full of crack and drugs. So whatever it is, I need to get my mind right.
Let me tell you something. I was up in Boston today. Well, not Boston. I was up in Foxborough today, scouting for a live stream. Okay. I'm just gonna say.
Just say it, man.
New England hospitality is not exactly up to snuff. You know. When the New Yorkers come up and you don't offer them any food in your damn restaurant, there's something wrong with you.
Dude, they talk about you.
There's something wrong with you.
No, they talk about you.
I mean, I understand I'm a New Yorker. I'm not even a Giants fan. I'm a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
Not that anybody likes us either.
Yeah.
Okay? Repping hard right here. Okay?
But you will eat. But you
Come
will
on.
eat in Texas. They will give you some food, brother. You will eat in Texas.
Give me something. Give me a salad. Offer me a glass of water in your damn place. Come on. Anyway, so I'm scouting for a live stream up in Foxborough, and they got the big TV on over the bar, and what do I see? ESPN The Ocho. Now, of course, that's like a dodgeball joke from the movie Dodgeball. Did you know that this is a real thing? Oh, your video's broken. Your video's frozen. So, yeah. Anyway, ESPN The Ocho. I'm talking to the people. ESPN The Ocho is a real thing. Now, I don't know what today is special. Maybe somebody can tell me in the comments why ESPN, like maybe today's like a specific date that was in Dodgeball. But they had two dudes on, you're back. They had two dudes on ESPN The Ocho. And as soon as I said that, you're frozen again. They had two dudes playing Tetris on ESPN The Ocho. Two dudes playing Tetris against each other. Now, you might think that we just looked at that and started laughing and said, oh, that's so silly. No. 6 grown men stopped, turned around, and stared at this TV. We stared, and we watched these two guys playing Tetris, and we could not stop. Now, Tetris for me, I mean, that's one of the first games I remember, back in the day. I mean, it was that was big stuff, but it was mesmerizing. Couldn't take my eyes off it, watching two grown men play Tetris against each other. I don't know. Maybe we could just relate. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what it is. It says camera not connected. That's what I'm seeing right here. Now, so for those listening, so I'm gonna repeat that to our listeners who can't hear right now. So Sinbad said that the house has ears, man. The house has ears, and when the house heard that we were talking about watching people play video games, house shut it down, killed the outlet, killed the plug, killed the camera, said no mas, and just took him out. I think that is the virtual brick that you were talking about earlier that has now been thrown against your head and smashed up all your goods. I will. Yeah, so I want a huge shout out to LiveU, right? LiveU has these great units. You guys are using one over there in LA, and what the unit does is it takes the camera data and it transmits it over the magic of the internet to a server that we have here in New York. And that video comes in over the server, and then we pump it into the live stream here locally in New York. But yeah, I'm starting you up. It's coming. There he is. Man's back.
You know what happened?
So tell us.
And know what that
happened?
was? It wasn't even camera. It wasn't even camera. Power strip.
That's it.
Surge protector.
That's it.
But see, because Royce is the man, and I've taught my son. He said that way you have so much of everything. There was another power strip. He went and got another power strip. But it's funny how you using something, and something as simple as a power strip, not your camera gear, not your LiveU unit, power strip.
You know, it's funny. It's
Just
funny you say
out.
that, right? What you had started to say a little bit earlier when you were out, and I didn't have a chance to.
Yep.
That I didn't have a chance to tell all the people, is that anything can go wrong in a live stream. Live streams are the breeding grounds of death. You could test that equipment for a week.
Yes.
You could plug in every camera, every cable.
Yes.
You can make 10 checklists.
Yes.
And you go to the job. You know, people say all the time, I have a producer that I work with, and he's not intimately familiar with all the gear stuff, you know. He's a high-level guy. He looks at the big picture, and he says, why is there always a problem? Why is there always a problem? You don't understand. There's supposed to be a problem. The system was designed for there to be a problem. You get to that place that you've never worked at, and it ain't going to work. I mean, let me tell you something. We have a studio.
You want to pimp slap that dude.
We have a studio right now.
You want pimp, even though they're high end, you want to pimp slap those people. When they do that, as you're trying to make everything work, and they're like, what's going on? What's the problem here?
Right there.
You want to take a water bottle and smash them over
Right
the
there.
head. You just
Backhand.
Smash
Not
them
even
over
the forehand.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking
Backhand.
about? Because they act like, well, and then they want to fire people.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Whose fault is it?
That
Whose
person
fault
could have
is
seen
it?
the bug in the wall.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Who broke
Thank
it?
you.
Who did that? You know.
Thank you.
We it's funny. We had a live stream. This goes back a little while for a big company. Not going to say who, and it was at a big catering hall in New York City. Big, mega, like establishment. And we're about 65% of the way through the live stream, and our power went out. Now, I don't know. Now, here's what I know, right? I had dedicated power coming off a breaker, a 60 amp box, 60 amps. Okay,
All right.
I could run 900 live streams on 60 amps, right?
Yes.
And it went out. So what happened? Well, I know what happened. Somebody kicked the plug out like an idiot and then put it back in. But when all your gear goes down, man, and you're in the middle, that thing, I mean, you're talking about 10 minutes, you know, to restart everything, get everything back up, recolor the camera.
Wow.
I mean, it takes a minute to restart everything, get the software back open, get the audio back in, right? The whole thing. Now, what happened after that job? See, and this is what happens on live streams. We went out and started buying battery backups. So now every live stream that I get paid for, every paid live stream job, battery backups. You know, the trucks have them.
Got to have your own stuff.
Yeah, there's no reason why we don't. So now you pull my power, I still got power. Okay? I'll show you pull my power.
You got the solar batteries that the NAB shows. They got these solar batteries, man, they can run almost like a whole day. So if something goes down, bam, you pop in. But the only problem is, if you got power and the place don't have power, people want to use your power. like zombies. You don't want to have a generator at your house and there's an earthquake and your house is lit up because the zombie people come to your house and go like, oh, I see you have power. So you gotta make sure you cut your power too. You have your generator run quietly.
No, you go to the basement.
You can't help
got the
all
room
the
in the
people.
basement. No
you
windows.
Can't help your neighbors. Can't help your neighbors. Can't help your neighbors.
You gotta have that.
Can't help your neighbors.
You gotta make sure. You gotta make sure you're living out the basement so that nobody. So when they look in your regular windows, they can't see anything. Let me tell you something. Do I look?
No, it's dark. No, it stays dark.
Do I look like a man to you that shares my power? Hell no.
No.
Hell no. You know, a lot of times
people with power don't share.
A lot of times when they bring me power at these venues, right? The way that the breakouts work, like there'll be 2 red plugs, 2 white plugs, 2 blue plugs. So each set of plugs has its own breaker. So I have a battery backup, and everything gets plugged into that, right? So I only need one of those 2 plugs. I will plug something else in and not use it, just so nobody can plug. I don't want anybody touching my power or thinking they can touch my power. No, a fake
plug. No, you have an extension.
Yeah,
you
extension plugged into nothing.
Plug it in.
Plugged into nothing.
It's not connected.
Right.
It's connected to nothing. Yes.
Don't touch my power. That's my power. But what's funny about the power thing is,
and you should have brought your own.
If you go on Amazon, you can get a battery backup big, like 1,500 milliamps, for about $150. Very cheap, very very affordable. The problem is those batteries are illegal to fly with because they're too big. So,
dude, you can't send them. You can't send. Dude, even when you order them, I had to go up and get it. Dude, I had to go get it and drive it.
Right. So that's the thing. So like where I'm at, if you order it on Amazon, they have to ship it UPS ground. They can't. There's no air shipping for that. So what we end up having to do, obviously a big chunk of our live streams are in the New York area, so we have it here in New York.
Okay.
Then we have an office in LA. So if we have LA live streams, we just keep one in LA. But then what we do is, and this is wild, we view battery backups as like tape. It's a dispensable.
Yeah.
So if we have a random stream in Houston, Texas, or Cincinnati, Ohio, or Albuquerque, New Mexico, I'm lying. I've never been to Albuquerque, New Mexico. But if we have a live stream in one of those places, we will order a battery backup and just leave it there. Just throw it out. Now, yes. Now, I'm not wasteful. I will give it to somebody there. I'll tell, whoever's managing our shoots, if it's the hall manager or whatever, I'll say, hey, gift, me to you. Thanks for having us. But it's crazy. We have to view battery backups literally like it's a piece of tape or a pencil.
There are certain things. I do that with amps sometimes. If I'm doing a show somewhere, you don't have to nowadays, you don't have to buy no crazy expensive amps. Man, almost any guitar amp will work now. I'll get an amp. I'll leave it at the venue and say, keep this one. They go, yeah, man, keep it. I come back and use it again because I ain't boxing it back up. I'm not shipping it back home. So I get amps that can do the job, but I'm not taking this with me.
Exactly. It's too, throwing these things, and you can't put an amp on a plane. Those speakers will be busted when you get there.
No, man. So I just, hey, somebody play guitar, take this home to your kid, man.
That's awesome. The gift that keeps giving. People are probably way more excited to get the amp though than to get a battery backup because there's nothing sexy about a battery backup.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man, because you can get an amp at Guitar Center. Man, you get a battery backup, like, wait a minute, man. I can get an amp anywhere. The battery backup, you always think about buying, but you never do.
There's nothing sexy about it,
You always think about buying a battery backup.
You can't take.
It ain't supposed to be sexy.
You can't take it home and make it loud.
Dude, some things ain't supposed to be sexy. Well, it's sexy when everybody else in the dark and you're not. It's sexy. It's sexy when that moment comes. Remember, a backup battery is one of those things that you hope you never need it, but you pray you do because you spend so much money for it.
Exactly. That's like that Jenny.
You just want one moment when people are like what my son just did. Man, why you got all those different surge protectors? Simba, why you got three of everything? I always buy 3 of everything.
Well, I hope you throw the one that just broke in the garbage.
Oh no, I saw that on eBay.
We were get Sinbad's surge protector. Sinbad's broken surge protector. May not work. We were talking about that today because there's another company out there, and what they'll do is, if something breaks, it goes back to the shop. So then, let's say they need 3 extension cables on a job. They'll send 6 because they know that 3 are broken, right?
Yeah.
But I don't play those games. If something, if a piece of equipment, barring something very expensive, but if a cable, a surge protector, something like that. Anything like that even gives me a problem for 1 second on a job. I'm finding the nearest garbage can, and I'm burying it on the bottom. I'm not even putting it in on the top so somebody can see it and take it out. I'm putting it under the bananas and the coffee. Like, I will dig and put that cable in there so that I never see it again. We use a lot of fiber cables, okay?
Some people take a cable. Some people take those cables and they throw it back in the bag. I said, dude, you just put the broke cable back in the bag.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, we'll resolder it. Who's got time to resolder anything?
No, man. You cheap. Who's sick, dude? You mad scientist.
Yeah, you know what? They just want to show off that they know how to solder. That's the bottom line. Why would anybody resolder anything? That cable is busted. You don't even know where it's busted. It's so busted.
And I guarantee you that's the kid that has no friends.
That's what it is. You know, you got to be careful. Anybody that knows how to solder, you got to be a little careful.
Well, I can solder. Hold on, man. I can
just
solder.
saying.
Man. I used to do circuit
I'm
boards.
just saying.
So I'm
you got a solder kit right now? You solder anything?
I'm 63. Name me a person 63 that hasn't soldered.
Well, I'm not saying I haven't soldered. I'm saying when I go down to my basement, there isn't a soldering gun, okay? Like, I'm just...
I have it, but that's for torture. That's something else. That's not even this show.
I don't even think it's... Yeah, I was about to say, you're not supposed to talk about that on this show. We have like the clean... We have the clean lyrics rating, so we can't talk about the...
That's for somebody trying to steal my cable. That's reserved for somebody trying to steal my cable.
All right, so update us right now on the cable. Where is the cable situation at right now in Sinbad's house? What's up?
Okay, we got the business. We have the Spectrum business. The guy came out, okay, when he put the new router in, and we got speeds came right up, he said, but man, you got some old cables that was in the house. So he replaced the cable in the house. Then he said, hey man, let me look at the street. So the guy came out and said, man, the connection, the wires to the house from the street, he said, let me jump on that. So this is the difference. There's two levels of Spectrum. There's that regular that comes by like, oh man, I gotta go to my office and get some screws. Oh man, I gotta go back to the office and make another appointment because I didn't bring a cable box with me. Oh man, you didn't order a cable box, so I didn't bring it. The pro unit, the business unit, they give you their number. They give you the card. Man, he did the street. And then I called him, I said, Jose, I got this problem. He said, oh no, man, let me check it out, I'll call you right back. Dude, I was like this. Oh, I'm a platinum member.
Yeah.
It's worth the business line for the platinum membership.
So is it working?
Oh yes.
What speeds you getting over Wi-Fi?
I'm getting about maybe 700 going up.
See, that's dope. That's dope. But let me tell you, they play games with you on the West Coast, okay? And listen, I understand it.
Yeah,
I understand because you got mountains and valleys and whatever it is, whatever the topography is you got over in Los Angeles County. We don't have that nonsense here in New York, okay? Everything's flat.
No.
Laying copper and then laying fiber, easy work. They put it in the ground. They put it on a pole. They run it from place to place. Easy, right? You know, they just had to wait for Verizon to get out there.
Yeah,
So,
but delivering it. Yeah, y'all got copper everywhere, but you got a guy like this. Look, man, it's 4 o'clock. I'm leaving right now. Look, you shouldn't have called me. So now in New York, you got all this copper laid down.
I'm on a union break.
But you can't piss the guy off. He comes in, you went there, I came by your place. Dude, I looked right at you. You were knocking on the door. I was running to the door. I left. You weren't there. Dude, you knocked once and ran to your truck.
Yeah, no, they lie a little bit. But the thing is, though, see, we do the opposite here. It's funny how West Coast, East Coast. On the East Coast, I got a friend just opened a business. He opened a storefront. It's a nice business. It's next to a sneaker shop, and he's running his equipment out there, right? He didn't order any business internet. He ordered residential.
No.
Okay? And then when the installer comes, you got to tell him, hey, man, there's an apartment in the back. I sleep. Yeah, it's my house. It's my house right here. There's no house. There's no cot. Okay, nobody's sleeping in the back. It's a business. But who's trying to pay those business rates? You know, I'm trying to pay $90.
Dude,
I'm trying to pay $90 for internet.
No,
yeah, because out here, we don't need the numbers out here.
The business rate, dude. The business rate was almost what I was paying for residents with all the different residence blocks I had. I told my wife, wait a minute. I was paying almost more with the resident rate because I had all the boxes. When you got a business rate, all the boxes are like together. I said, man, I got scammed with a residence.
See,
I should have always been business.
They always get you on the boxes. You got to cut the cord, man. You got to hit the Google TV. You know, that thing's great. Take it on the road with
man,
you.
I ain't doing that. No, I ain't
Come
doing,
on,
I
man.
ain't doing
You
that.
travel.
I got that on the road. I do.
You travel every.
I got that. I got it on trip, man.
You travel every weekend. You need that. Google
I got
TV.
Chromecast. I got that. I got Chromecast, Google TV, and you try to hook up the TV in the hotel, and they make sure you can't use it. So you go in and you're trying to find a place to plug it in. So remember, once again, the hotels haven't stepped up. Maybe 10 to 20% of hotels have it so you can put your little fob up in there. Most of them won't let you do it. So I bought this stuff, and I'm sitting in my room with all this cool stuff. I said, can't use it.
I just watch on the laptop, you know? Just put the laptop in my lap. That's why they call it a laptop. Or an iPad.
Yeah, I do that too,
or an
man.
iPad,
But you know, man.
Or an iPad.
Yeah, I do that too, man. But if I'm in this hotel room and I'm in my bed and I got this in my lap, now my neck does this, and I wake up the next day with my bad back.
Yeah, but you don't even. I mean, even at home, when I'm at home, right? I got the Google TV on all my smart TVs, and I don't have to pay for boxes.
Yeah,
it's the best system going.
And you know
they
what?
give you 5 accounts for the price of one. 5 accounts. Everybody's got their own account.
But you don't get everything. And then when it goes down, all my guys, Royce will tell you, all my guys with Google TV calling my house, can they come watch the game?
Well, how does it go down? It's on the internet.
I don't know, bro. But they calling me. They calling me, bro. When their internet goes down, they
Oh,
calling
that's
me
true.
for whatever reason.
That's true.
Dude,
You are married.
Yeah, everybody's got
married to
Roku,
the internet.
Google, and then I said, dude, I need to have that backup. When I watch TV, I take my TV serious, bro.
No, that's true. You don't. First of all, you can't.
And I'm
miss
still
a game.
looking.
You can't miss.
I'm still waiting to cut that cable.
Got to cut it.
No, man, I can't miss that, dude. No.
I don't know how. I mean, listen, we all need internet though, so you know we're married to these companies. I mean,
Yeah.
when I got the FiOS, they said the same thing. It was like, well, you know, you don't need TV, but if you don't get the triple play,
Yeah.
then the price is going up, and it's like, all
Yeah, you think
right,
it's stuff.
okay,
That's right.
just give me the
They'll get
box.
everything.
I'll throw it in the corner. Just give me the box. But I don't use it. I'm done. I'm done with that. You know, YouTube TV's got enough. You got the YouTube TV, the Netflix, the Hulu. How much?
Yeah,
more do we need?
they're almost there. Hulu, but you know what? For something that you need, for some people, I'm always every 3 months. I try to see, does it have everything I want? I go, not yet. So I'm just, you know what? I got my box until that day.
Yeah.
Now my son, he'll go boxless. A lot of young people that go boxless. But then there's certain things I want to go, oh, I don't have that. I said, yeah, I got it. It might be just for one more thing, but like I said, I have a job.
So
I have a job,
So
I'm
we're
cool,
we're
bro.
we're an hour in, just over an hour, and if you've learned anything tonight,
Right.
it's if you have a job, you can have television and
Yeah.
streaming software.
You can have fast internet. You can have fast internet. And you know what? One day we'll go back, because I got a big list of all the stuff I think people can look at. You know what we should do, man? Let people ask us questions. We'll do the research for one of the shows on streaming and tech. Let them give us, how can they do this? It's hard when you're talking like this, because there's 1,000 ways to do it. And there'll be another guy who'll watch our show go like this. Those guys are wrong. I did it this way. I said, yeah, jerk. You can do it 9,000 ways. I'm so tired of all these stupid people. I do it a different way. I pull cable from a tree. Okay, I got you, man. So I'm saying we should do a show where people ask us, pre-ask us the questions, and they can ask us live. And we can jump on and do some research. I'm good at research. I didn't realize, people say, how you find all this tech? I said, dude, it's out there. But some people aren't good researchers, or they won't do the comparison. I'm ADHD. I'll line up 3 different things and see what it is.
I mean, are you kidding me? That's what when I spoke yesterday, that's what I told the kids. That's the first thing I told them. I said,
monitor went up.
Yeah. I said, I have a college degree in criminal justice. I have a master's degree in sports business, and I don't do any of that for a living.
Yep.
I said, I learned everything that I do professionally, how I make all my money on Google, all of it. You know, Google and YouTube. That's how you get. That's how you get this education. It's all out there. You know, nothing's hidden. Because
that's what you do, man.
Because
if you can't go to college, you go to Coursera.com, Udemy.com. I said there's all these places to learn code to play guitars. Linda got sold to LinkedIn, dude.
Yeah, I mean it's all.
Linda got sold. Linda's LinkedIn. It messed me up. I went to lynda.com and now it's part of LinkedIn.
Really?
Did you know that?
Hold on, I'm pulling that up right now.
Linda is part of LinkedIn. It messed me up.
Get out of here. LinkedIn Learning. Look at that.
Yes, dude. Messed me up.
You still get a free month though.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm mad. I'm glad because Linda was one of the first ones. Linda had one of the, then I use Mac Video Pro. I do Groove 3 for music. Dude, there's so many places online to learn stuff now.
I did InDesign, Illustrator. I did all those. I did that. Both of those on Linda. I think I did an advanced Photoshop course on there at one point. Oh, Dreamweaver. When I learned how to code, I did that on Linda.
Yeah, Dreamweaver, man.
Ooh.
I went to the courses out here in California. I actually went to the building, the lynda.com building, man, out there by an Oxnard, I think it was, or Ojai.
And they did the courses in person?
Yes.
That's awesome. See, that's awesome.
I used to see her at Macworld. That's how I met Linda. Remember, it was at Macworld. That's where she got big, at Macworld.
I know people think like guys like you and me are crazy with all the technology stuff, but you don't realize how much you can learn.
Man.
And it's all out there. It's easy. I almost laugh when I look at like what my job is, and 99% of the time when I'm talking to people about what I do, I know so much more than they do about the topic, and people are like at a loss, and they have no clue what's flying with this stuff, and it's literally just out there on the internet. It's all out there, and
well, it's called never being a victim.
Yeah, and
you never want to be a victim. You don't want to be a victim in this business. You don't want to ever be somebody tell you this can't be done, and you have to believe them, and then find out later on that you spent way too much money because they lied to you, and it could be done. Even if you don't know everything about it, I tell people at least do some research. Go like, wait a minute, man, I've seen this. It can do this and that. And now they got to be honest with you, or you realize they don't know as much as they're trying to tell you.
Yeah, and the bottom line is, and this is what I love. Smart people love to show off how smart they are. So when somebody figures it out, they just put it out there on the internet for everybody to take it. You know? They give away.
You know how much stuff is given away? YouTube is giving me so much on how to use the Ableton Live Push. I mean, there are guys who got classic. Dude, I paid money for this, and you gave me a better. Then there are people who are terrible at it. They're good at knowledge, and they don't have the right cameras. And dude, I'm trying to I'm trying to figure out what he's doing with his fingers. I said, dude, could you put a camera on your hand and quit trying to show me how good you are at it? So he's so busy trying to show how well he plays guitar. I said, dude, I didn't see a thing that you did. I don't understand a thing you did. And now I'm putting the hands down on your YouTube site, and I'm never coming back.
I'm just glad that YouTube gives these people some money. In all seriousness, you know.
Yes.
Because content creators should get something, so at least they make some money off of ads. Yeah. And amen to that. Amen to that.
Especially if they got good content. Especially if they got good content.
Right. Well, our time has come. I'm so excited to get to sleep because I get to wake up in the morning, get my hair cut. Get my nice shave done.
Man.
Oh, you're going to see me next week. You're not even going to know who it is. You're going to think you tuned into the wrong podcast because you're going to say, who's the guy with the fresh cut? You know, I'm going to have to do something interesting because I got to keep up with you because every week you're blowing it out.
I'm changing it up, man.
All right. So
Royce and I leave at 5 in the morning. We're leaving at 5 in the morning to go to the airport to come to Jersey. So
Saturday you're at the film festival. Sunday,
and then
you're in.
Friday I'm at the film festival.
Right.
Friday I'm at the film festival. Royce stays there Saturday, and then he's doing something at Kevin Smith's comic book store there in Red Bank, and then I got to go Saturday to the South Orange, Jersey Performing Arts Center, and then Sunday I'm in Ridgefield, Connecticut. At the Ridgefield Playhouse.
I drove to Ridgefield, Connecticut today on my way up to New England.
Nah.
Yeah, you're spending a lot of time on the East Coast, man. A lot of time.
Dude. East Coast is my spot. Dude, my East Coast, Midwest, South, that's my people, man.
Well,
LA is for me is like, he's not Sinbad's not one of the hip people.
They're too bougie for you.
Dude, I don't even know if it's bougie. I don't know who they do. I don't know what this is. I don't know what the game is out here, and I don't care.
But
I don't know what
the weather's really good in January and February, so you stay.
Yeah, well, even now, it's hot as hell now. We get that crazy heat. But you know what? This first year some bugs. Usually there's no bugs, no mosquitoes. But this year,
you got bugs out there?
People have been lit up. They don't know what mosquito is. Dude, we have so much rain, we have mosquitoes.
Wow.
People's legs have little red bumps, and they're going to doctors because they don't know what those are.
No joke, man.
I don't know what these are. Those are
mosquito
bites.
No joke, man. I spend months. I
dude.
spend months of the year in LA. I've never seen a bug out there. You got mosquitoes? I'm not.
Dude, this rain brought all kind of animals, brother.
Oh, man, I'm not coming back. Forget it, man. I'm not coming back till like November when I can't take it anymore here.
And grass and flowers. That's freaking everybody out.
Flowers in Los Angeles.
Yes, they have these purple flowers that you hadn't seen in 20 years out here.
Well,
people were stopping on the side of the highway to take pictures.
It's good news. I heard that Mercury is in retrograde. It's out of retrograde, so maybe the grass will go and the mosquitoes will go, and I don't even know anything
Means
about
nothing.
all this Mercury retrograde
Means nothing.
stuff.
I don't know what it means.
But
It means
it
nothing.
don't even matter. You know, it's just
hippie
it's
talk.
yeah,
It's
it's a
just
big
hippie talk.
buzzword. So I'm with it, and
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
All right, that's it.
Retrograde.
We're signing off.
All right, bro.
It's 12:30 on the East
We're
Coast.
gone.
Nighty night, and we'll see you next
All right,
week.
man. Next time.